Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Consultant as well as the author of Amazon.com 2021 Finance Reports. And what I'd like to do today in this video is first and foremost give you a little bit of background about me, who I am, what I do, and why I do it. From that point, I'd like to go ahead and walk you all through some snippets of my Amazon.com 2021 Financial Report, show you all what to expect if you are interested in analyzing Amazon.com further. Once I'm done with the video, I'll go ahead and give you all a link to purchase one of my financial reports for Amazon.com if you're interested. And this, the reports are good for finance students, accounting students, business students, pretty much anybody who wants to analyze Amazon.com from the perspective of their income statements as well as financial ratios. All right, so let's go ahead and zip through this little PowerPoint presentation. So as promised, a little bit about me. Again, Paul Borosky, MBA, doctoral candidate, owner of Quality Business Consultant. I do publish probably about 20 to 25 financial reports for various companies in the U.S. and been doing it for about 5 years. So if you're interested in seeing if I've done a report on a company that you want a little bit of research on, the link is right here. I have also published a beginner's guide to understanding financial statements and financial ratios. It's available on Amazon.com. You can check it out there. And then finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert in finance. So I do have a little education backing up some of my thoughts and ideas for my analysis. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on. So my financial reports, I do offer two of them for Amazon.com. The first one is Beginner's Guide to a Financial Analyst, to financial analysis. And in the guide, it is a little bit shorter than my financial report. I don't include an analyst or analysis in that guide, but I do give you all the tools to be able to present one yourself. For the financial report itself, the Amazon.com 2021 Financial Report and Analysis, I do provide some analysis for the various line items for income statement, balance sheet, and financial ratios. All right, so here's a snippet of Amazon.com summarized income statement. So what I do is I've done research into Amazon and I've summarized their income statement for the last 5 years and I plugged it into my financial model. And so this is the result of my findings. Next thing what I do is I'll identify line items within the income statement, whether it be revenues or cost of goods sold and so on. And then I'll break it out and I'll define what that line item means for most of the line items. I'll define it. I'll tell you a different definition in other words to give you all a different perspective of the definition. And then what I finally do is I'll give you an analysis tip as to what you should be looking for trends with that line item. And this example right here is focused on revenues. Next, what I'll do is for the financial report, so both of my financial report and my beginner's guide includes the previous slide. The difference between the report and the beginner's guide is my analysis. I do give a brief analysis as well as I'll provide also the revenues. I'll break out the revenues for the last 5 years and then I'll compare it to a different metrics. For example, this metrics right here I'm comparing revenues to is revenue growth. I'll give you a little analysis, identify a trend or two, and then I'll give you what I think if the company is doing good, bad, or indifferent for that line item. And next, once I'm done with the income statement and breaking out and I go through the various aspects of the income statement, I'll then dive into the balance sheet and I'll follow the same game. I'll go ahead and identify cash and then I'll talk about cash and I'll give you all a different idea of what the cash means, what to look for the trends. And then in the financial report, I'll go ahead and give you a pretty much a line-by-line analysis as to how the company is doing. For the most part, I'm not going to get into, like current assets or other because I I'll go into cash and short-term investments and accounts receivable. So I'll give you a lot of analysis of the highlights of the balance sheet. Next, in the final section is going to be Amazon.com's financial ratios. So I do calculate ratios, liquidity ratios, asset ratios, profitability ratios, and then debt ratios as well. And here's a snippet of the ratios. It's Amazon's ratios. I'll identify the liquidity ratios. I'll tell you the ratios that I have found for the liquidity. And then I'll give you the calculations, for example, current ratio, current assets divided by current liabilities. So that's the formula for it. And then I'll also show you all the findings for the various ratios. Current ratio for Amazon.com is here, the cash ratio, the quick ratio, and the net working capital. Also, what I do is I will then go into some more details, and I'll explain to you what a current ratio is. I'll provide you with a formula again, and then I'll give you an idea of what the current ratio means. I'll give you some analysis tips, and then I will also break it into the formula, current assets divided by current liabilities, and then I'll provide you all with the current ratio as well. And so both my beginner's guide and my report include that information. The difference between the guide and the report is in the report, I will provide you all with a brief analysis, give you all, identify a trend or two, and give you all some of my thoughts and ideas as to how well Amazon.com is performing from my perspective. And then finally, yeah, that's it. Hopefully that information was helpful. If you are interested in buying one of my Amazon.com financial reports, and then just go to Quality Business Consultant /Amazon.com financial analysis. And I do provide y'all with the opportunity to purchase them. They are PDF files that once you buy it, you can download it and you'll be all set, ready to go. Hopefully this information was helpful. As always, go out and have a great day. Thank you.